Penner is, yeah, he's up there. But last I heard, though, Penner did want to play again.
Eternal tranquility is the secret desire of all mankind.
Like, where was, I forgot, was it,
Purge.
what was his last RGP interview? Because I'm pretty sure it was that.
I will purge you.
Fuck, that wasn't the last phase? Okay. Wait, well, obviously that makes sense, but still.
Look at them all.
Not a problem. Let's go.
When was his last RGP interview?
You're getting on my nerves.
Get the hell out of here.
Okay, why is it tough to... Oh, wait, there, Jonathan Penner Archives. That's what I should look up.
If you'll pardon me.
Okay, can you not, like, look up chronologically on RGP?
We need to aim for the body.
Of, It's like, you look up Penner, and, like, all that comes up is, like, them talking about Cook Islands. Okay, so he did a podcast during 40. Did he do one post Stacy's death? Or is that really the last one he did? I could have sworn... Didn't Penner do a New Era podcast at one point? I could have sworn he did. But am I just, like, imagining that?
Finish it.
Is this actually the end, or is still one more phase this fight? I must be imagining... Like, I don't see it, so I must be just imagine that. Maybe it was Winners at War? I mean, I would not be shocked if Candace Cody's there. It actually would kind of make sense. Again, it's a spot where you want to add more physicality to the US side of things. That is insane. Yeah, we're 4 seasons away from Penner's last season being the halfway point. Yeah, I also, like, yeah, once 50 happens, also the halfway point in the show is when I got back into the show.
Caused you so much pain.
So I've literally been, like, this big of a fan of Survivor for over half of its run at that point, which is weird.
I want to protect everyone that is taught.
J140 doesn't mean that she's the second highest female when it comes to money after Ashley. I forgot, 40 wasn't that big of a payout, was it? But I don't know what the actual breakdowns are in terms of how much money the other women have made. But total Madness is what, $500,000? This season would be what, 250? Or is it 400? Oh, okay. For some reason it's 250. Okay, so yeah, she'll definitely be up there, right? Don and Alexis became besties. Yeah, I saw a lot of them hang out.
We won't let
Bailey's the second oldest woman on BB Can 12.
fire in
Yeah.
our hearts be extinguished.
Yeah, she's older than Spicy V, which is weird to think about. Boss battle. I think it was kind of lame. I mean, like, is this it? Like, is there another phase or no? Like, if this really is it, then I feel like that was not great. Like, I think looking back at Strikers, like, I thought Strikers had, like, a fantastic final boss battle. Where, like, it really forced you to play as, like, every single character and, like, really, like, plot out, like, who you wanted to use for certain fights and everything. Like, this, like, especially for a tactics game, just felt like, I don't know, just a random, like, I didn't feel like there was, like, much strategy, really, to this.
To bring peace.
Bailey looks much younger. I don't know. I think I always assumed Bailey was around 30.
We choose to fight.
But I see a lot of people say that, like, oh, I thought Bailey was, like, 21 or something, which is, like, I don't know. That's not the vibe I got. Like, even when seeing her, like, initial video and everything, I was like, oh, she's probably, like, I don't know, or at, like, youngest, like, 28. Like, I always assumed she was, like, older than the, like, typical BB Can person. Crazy than Casey. Yeah, Casey. How much did you win for Spice Alice? Oh, yeah, that is actually it.
Get it?
Yeah, that's kind of underwhelming.
The target's not showing up on my radar.
It's got a trophy.
Which means... It means
Yeah, I don't know. I actually thought Casey would have won more than that by now. Is lame that all the final bosses in Persona 5 games are basically the same character. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, it's all just like a version of God, right?
Let's get home. Hot coffee and curry on the house and some
Which I'm excited to play Persona 3. Again, don't know when I'll actually get to it, but I did listen to Lasers talking about Persona 3 because he's currently playing it, and he was talking about how he looks at it as like one of the best, like essentially one of the best games ever made. And then he likes it more than Persona 5 now. So I'm like, okay, it's good praise.
See, I'll just need to prove it.
Like all Amazing Race COVID winners should have asterisks next to it. Not really, no. But obviously, like I think that's something to take in consideration when assessing them. But obviously, it's not like I don't think it's a thing that like there's a shit winner because of this or whatever. Like it's like in the same way that like Yule, I guess, with like the God Idol, where it's like I don't know, it doesn't like nullify his entire win or anything, but it's definitely something to like mention.
Someone could lend me a shoulder. I can't move.
If anyone in the chat goes for Spider-Man automatically root for him. Like I mean, I guess Bryce isn't here anymore, so yeah, probably, yeah. Now Bryce isn't in the picture. If it was Bryce, I'll be like rooting for him to lose. I would like pray for a Jelinski run. Outside of that, though, yeah. Globally, Rick Lee and Caesar aren't even top 10 team. I don't know, are they not top 10 team? I don't know. I just think they're a tough team to assess because it's just like their one season is one where they spent the entire race in Spanish-speaking countries in a spot where like Cesar obviously like grew up in a Spanish-speaking country. It's like it's tough to assess that amongst a lot of other teams. Oh, Bryce would 100% be fun like TV. Like he'd be a fucking mess, but he would be fun at least. Yeah, I remember him getting in a fight with Bruno. Actually, is Bryce even around anymore? Like, just like obviously, like I know he doesn't show up on these streams anymore, but like, is he like in the community anymore? I know he stopped watching Survivor, right? Or at least like stopped being as invested in it.
Is most assuredly the product of not yielding in your convictions.
Yeah, doesn't watch Survivor anymore. Amazing Race 33, all your winner picks made the final. Who are my winner picks this season? Oh, it was Rod and Letitia, right? So I made a final there. Who was my winner pick last season? Like Derek and Claire, I got as the winner. 33. Oh, I picked fucking Anthony and Spencer or whatever the names were, right? The ones that like didn't come back from COVID. Who did I pick 35? Why am I not remembering who I picked 35? Did I pick Greg and John? Did I really get 2 winners in a row? That's actually really funny if that is the case. Because I had no memory of that.
So as not to leave any regrets.
Ah, so I ruined my streak here.
See. Well, we should probably get our goodbyes out of the way, shouldn't we?
They fucking doxed Bryce, yeah. Yeah, I remember when this was happening. When was this? Oh, not even a year ago.
No, I'm not disappearing. I'm just going back to where I came from. I was only born to protect Toshiro's.
Bryce last tweeted. Well, at least he retweeted April 11th.
It's time for me to go back into Toshiro's.
Is he just like big in the what is it, soccer? Is that what this is? He's a big soccer guy nowadays.
needless concern, I should say.
Positive Tactica. I enjoyed the gameplay of the game. It's not a particularly like deep game, but I did like how they translated like a lot of the general concepts of Persona 5 into a tactics game. Again, narratively, I don't really give a shit about this game at all. That's why I'm playing it on stream, is because I didn't give a shit at the point where I started playing on stream. But yeah, I enjoyed the like basic gameplay loop. It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be particularly high on my overall ranking. Like you'll probably be like hovering around like number 10 or so. Let's actually take a quick look. Yeah, I would say like debate between better or worse than AC Mirage. Which would essentially put it at like 12 or 13.
Yusuke, Makoto, I was saved by your wisdom on many.
Yeah, better or worse actually. I'm trying to think this through right now.
We'll meet again, okay?
I think I would go.
I know it in my head, but it still makes me sad.
I think I would have to go worse. I think.
Coolest if you make it short and sweet.
But I still enjoyed the game for what it is. By the way, also next stream, I think I'm gonna play Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I think is what I decided. Which is a game I haven't played at all up to this point. But it's a relatively short game. I should be able to finish it in like 2 to 3 streams. So I was like, whatever. We'll play it on stream, I guess. Who is Bryce? It's a chatter that used to show up pretty consistently and be very messy in chat. And just be like really horny and like talk about how much he wants to have sex with Lauren O'Connell. Yeah, he kind of like she started like showing up a lot less consistently, and then at this point, yeah, he hasn't been here in months. But yeah, there's a bit of a meme, I guess. Oh, he fucking loves Sean Edwards for some reason. What's funny too is like by that point, like he just didn't even show up in chat anymore outside of like times where he would just like randomly show up and just talk about how much he loves Sean Edwards. Because I think he like stopped like after 43, right? I think it's when he like stopped being as invested in Survivor. But yeah, I remember when the 45 cast came out, he just like instantly thought he thought Sean was a spoiled winner or something. I mean, it would have been funny if like Sean did end up winning.
Thank you, everyone.
And it's funny, even funnier because like obviously the way that Sean ends up turning out too. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Bryce spoiled 42 at the finale episode, or the episode before the like yeah penultimate episode. But yeah, that was also a thing.
The revolution is here.
Will simulate Survivor 41 100 times as Brad Reed's win at least once?
It's time for revolution.
Potentially once.
Stand up, Toshiro. Stand up.
For Final 7. Wasn't it after the Marianne vote? Or fucking Marianne, after the Omer vote?
I won't doubt myself
They spoiled it. Hey, Edge could ruin Survivor for you? I mean,
no matter how many times I falter.
Like for me, I think Edgic is what's keeping me invested in Survivor. I think for me, it's the opposite. Because for me, it's like I can't watch any reality show without thinking about the Edgic of it. Or really, I can't watch any show just in general without thinking of like why is this here and what is the purpose of this and that sort of thing. What Raccoon do in chat? I don't know. Raccoon shows up here and there. But yeah, obviously Raccoon used to be here like every stream too. Both times like these where the winner's so obvious it does ruin the fun of the finale. Yeah, kind of.
Everything looks normal outside too.
I think that is definitely a factor in like how less invested I feel like I am in the end game than a lot of other people are.
Where's Toshiro?
He came
found 10 new companions that weren't there before. There are that many companions.
But how can we confirm that? Like, can we call the diet?
Yeah, I think we'd sound really sus.
Raccoon's confirmed for 47. Thank God. Yeah, what's this? Time for me to get out of my comfort zone. I dare take a plunge. Oh yeah, he confirmed it. Thank God. Good for him. Game is called 100. So there's 100? I feel like that's too many.
True.
They should have gone for like 10 heroes.
Press made when he went missing.
Do Final Jurors in New Era have a common thing in their edit?
Please be safe, Toshiro.
Not particularly. Like, I don't think there's 120? Then why is it called 100 heroes? They lied.
Toshiro.
Is Bryce banned? I've not banned Bryce. Oh, I banned his alt account. But I didn't ban Bryce himself.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet you were just running away from the pressure.
The only person, like, only real person that's banned is Dave. Like, Dave Quetzal, or whatever the fuck his name is. Which I believe is the name of a football player. But, like, that's, whatever.
Please go easy on him.
But, yeah, he's the only one that's banned.
I'll have him make a formal
June
apology.
27th is the first presidential debate. Thank God. I can't wait.
Fool! Disappearing at a time like this.
Penultimate Juror is 100%. And two, that's not really a trend of New Era. That's just a trend in all of Survivor. That usually, like, the first person out in the finale has a more subdued edit. Final Jurors, I don't think is, like, as... like, there's not this, like, big, like, common trend necessarily with them. Like, especially if we're just, like, looking at New Era, I think they're all, like, pretty different. Like, Heather obviously has, like, no similarities to, like, Jesse. Obviously Jesse and Carson have similarities, but, like, I think that's just because they're games. But I think 43 is, like, a different edit. Or obviously, like, everything's just contextual. Like, it's not like they're gonna subdue Carla's edit just because she's in 5th place. Like, obviously they felt like she was a big character and felt like she was important to the season. Where, like, 43, I think the overall approach with 43 is that the way they looked at it was that the final 3 and 43 were, like, the not good players. And that they thought all the good players went out towards the end. They thought Cody, Carla, Jesse were the 3 best players this season. They all went out before the end. So, they're, like, I think from an editing perspective, their point of view is just like, well, we're just going to hype up these 3 players then. To where, like, I don't think there was, like...
This is where the next chapter
I think that was, like, their intention, was to, like, give the last 3 boots of that season a lot more focus. Yeah, that's essentially what Dave was doing.
Boy, is it toasty out today. With weather this nice, it feels like spring's already in full swing, doesn't it?
I mean, the thing what Dave was doing was, like, just really obvious.
Maybe we should ask for some coffee.
For, like, it depends, like, there's a lot of, like, different things he was doing. Because it's, like, there's points where, like, he would just, like, state that, like, like, he would, like, I remember back when 42, I remember 42 was one where, like, this one, like, was, like, super obvious. Or, like, he just, like, the episode before the Jenny boot, I think he said, do you think Jenny will be taken out in, like, a crazy trial or something, like, really dumb? Like, I was like, that's super fucking specific. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not surprising.
It's like he like, essentially what they would do is that, like, he would clearly know spoilers, and then, like, ask me right before it happens if do I think this thing will happen, like, and it would be, like, super specific to this, like, it's so dumb.
I'm not qualified to be prime
Julius under the roof for you.
father for his crimes.
Yeah, we're talking
First I think Cass should have won 43. Yeah, I don't really care that much. I think in retrospect I would probably vote Gabler at this point. Even though I said Cassie, obviously, in the who would I vote for. Again, having just rewatched 43, I think I probably actually would vote Gabler now. But it's not that big of a difference. It's like whatever. 6 places all have OTT edits. Is that the case?
Things are going.
We got what? Q. Is Q OTT? I don't know if Q's OTT.
That means his resolve is real.
I think he was definitely OTT at points, but I think his overall edit's probably complex, right? then obviously Jamie is someone that I would probably say is OTT.
He's definitely got guts.
Again, Drew's not OTT.
Not sure it's up for what
Uh,
Man, what was he thinking saying
then
all
what?
that?
Cody's not really OTT.
Isn't there any way we can contact him? Like,
42. Who's 42 sixth place? Omer's not OTT. Actually, none of these people are OTT. Like, what are we talking about? Really, it's like I feel like Jamie. Yeah, like Danny's not OTT. Yeah, so it's really just Jamie. I feel like.
Waiting is our only option right now.
I guess you can make an argument for Q.
What aren't you
That Jamie existed until I said her 10 seconds ago. I remember Jamie because she just did a podcast for
My name is Representative.
with the B&B,
My name is Kasukabe.
which I listened to like 20 minutes of, and I probably won't finish it at this point because it's obviously outdated now. But I was actually surprised she was on there. Like, good for her. I didn't think she'd be involved in this fire community at all.
Toshiro!
At this point,
Hey, you doing okay?
there's potential for some returnees before 50. No, Jeff has pretty much said no. Also,
Should I speak in feline?
like Jeff is like I think.
You're making fun
Like,
of me.
I feel very confident. No returnees.
It's just a temporary
Like, actually, we already know for sure 47, 48 are not returnees. Jeff also explicitly said in an interview that he does not want returnees before 50 because he wants 50 itself to be this big, like, he wants that to be the first ever returnee season since New Era. Like, he wants that to be, like, the big thing with 50, is that this is the returnee season.
Likely be arrested with their co-conspirator.
To where, like, if they do bring back people for, like, 49, then it, like, kind of undermines the overall, like, hype for 50.
Did well, Toshiro.
Overexposed?
Been tied up in
I don't know. That's the again. Jamie got pretty subdued at it, all things considered.
Figure out what I'm going to do now that I'm not a representative anymore.
And, like, even like Danny didn't get like that big of an edit.
I know I want to start over.
I don't think there is an actual correlation between like sixth placers.
I still don't know what kind of sentence I'll get. So maybe expecting a fresh start.
Like, I think like the spots that there are like
Even so,
things to talk about in terms of like correlations. Obviously, winners, runners up,
I want to be the
first out in finales.
stand and fight by their side.
I think I'm debating right now. Like, is there like something to like the mid merge nowadays, like the final 7, final 8 sort of boots? But obviously merge boot. I think split tribal boots. There's definitely commonalities at this point. Maybe actually, I think what it is. I think there's a lot of commonalities between the mid merge boots essentially. The people that were taken out after split tribal, but before like final 6. Like, I think that like middle grouping it usually is, but I don't know how much of that is an editing thing and how much of that is just like those are big players nowadays, just because like a lot of those people are taken out at that point in the game at this point.
That's a bold claim, Mr. Big Shot.
Who can Danny beat in a final 3 and 44? I think pretty much anybody but Jam Jam and Carson, probably. Maybe Lauren. I think Danny beats a lot of people.
Be sure to visit one day. All right then.
New horror movie. What is this?
Thank you, Phantom Thieves.
Buckle Up. Yeah, I never heard of it.
Oh, wow. So Toshiro-san's going to try and become a politician again.
I assume this is an indie film, right?
No doubt it'll be a bumpy road.
O-Rate Parties Cook Island game. She wins the final 3 against Adam and Candace. By that point in Survivor, it's assumed that there was a be a final 2.
No surprise there, though.
Yeah,
Honestly,
fair.
it'd be strange if they didn't go after them. No matter how admirable your
Yeah,
ideals
sure.
may be,
It's like, sure.
at the end of the day, it's the constituents that get to decide.
It still doesn't change the fact that again, if she did make final 3, she guaranteed wins.
More than that. You'll be behind the starting line.
3, I do think she is the most likely to win final immunity of those 3.
Toshiro said he was going to fight, and this only shows
But,
just
yeah,
how
sure.
serious he was.
Rank new era seasons. Like it's probably like 45 is the best. 44 is the worst.
No regrets about what that meant. Regardless of how things began, we still learned a great deal.
Okay, so I think where I'm at right now, I think 45 is the best.
We certainly
41 and 46 are probably back to back.
everyone will understand what
Not entirely sure which one's better than the other at this point. then 42,
in the top 2.
then 43, then 44.
That's true. We wouldn't want Toshiro and Arena to laugh.
What Amazing Race season had the highest viewership? I believe it's like, obviously it's an earlier one, but is it like season 4? I think. I think it's like a random season like that, like one that you would not really expect.
Oh, crap. I'm looking at extra classes if I don't put up a good fight against that quiz tomorrow.
Let's see, I have it here.
I see.
No, it's not season 4. I'm an idiot. It's season 6? No, season 7. Which actually makes a lot of sense because Boss Robin Amber hype and everything too. Yeah, it's season 7.
Fighting you instead.
Was the highest rated season. 13 million viewers.
I'm confiscating that
Pretty good.
candy as punishment.
For Amazing Race.
Hey, stop! You'll spill them.
Number 2 is season... Oh, no, it's not season 6. What is that? That's season 12? Well, season 12 got pretty good ratings. Holy shit. Oh, no, actually not. Season 17 is number 2. Not what I would have expected at all. It is actually funny, though, how, like, Amazing Race ratings have just, like, completely dropped. Or, like, you look at, like... What was that? Season 34... had 4.65 million viewers. When just like 10 years ago, it had over double that. 17 sucks. I didn't love 17.
Maybe that's how this flame of revolution gets passed on.
But I know a lot of people do love 17, right? Can't wait for it to end Tori. I wouldn't be opposed to Tasha return. I'm not like dying for it either, though.
I agree.
I think what I'm interested in seeing my Persona 3 opinions is how I like things like social links. Ever since Persona 3 is how they began. Yeah, so I was listening to Lasers talk about it. Like, from the way he was talking about it, he said that they were, like, better than Persona 5. And that, like, Persona 3 is, like, a much more, like, focused game. Which, yeah, interesting to see how that goes. Okay. Oh, that's the name of the in a Violent Nature is the name of the thing. So you're just following the perspective of the serial killer. Yeah, what a masterpiece this game is. Can I not skip this? You can't skip the credits. Cool. Worst Survivor season rating wise, it's probably one of the later ones. I don't know. Is it like 41 maybe? Because I know Survivor's been going up slightly recently. But if I were to guess, I would say it's one of the early New Era seasons. Well, actually, too, I don't believe they do individual ratings anymore. I think it's like in blocks. Yeah, it's by year. So actually, it is 33, 34. But I believe ratings did go up for 45. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can see the premiere and finale ratings. Yeah, so 44. Yeah, 44 seems to be the lowest rated season. 46, I believe, is lower than 45, but still higher than 44. But it's still decent. Survivor's not in any danger, really. I think it would be an astronomically dumb move if they were to ever end Survivor anytime soon. I wouldn't say better, but it's needed they actually hang out at their school and they're fully voice acted. Oh, really? It's actually fully voice acted? That's cool. Do you think Amazing Race 4 will be the last season? Probably not. I think Amazing Race is this kind of show that, I just think the CBS likes to have in the back burner in the case of, them needing something. I don't think it'll ever be, as consistent as Big Brother Survivor at this point. Where, those are, locked in their specific time slots every year. But I think Amazing Race is kind of, their backup show. To where, I think they'll always have, a season planned at all times, but when it airs will be a question mark. Is Survivor the best reality show of all time? I would have it as that. I would I obviously love The Genius. I think The Genius is probably The Genius is definitely a show that had the most potential. to overtake it. But I think at this point I would still say Survivor's the best overall show. So like even like modern Survivor, which obviously isn't as good as what it could be, I still think it's still better than most other shows that are out there. Where like I genuinely like I just have so much respect for the overall production of Survivor, which I think is something that probably gets a bit overshadowed. And like and by I don't mean like obviously the creation, but I mean more so like the editing, the like attention to detail that there is with the show, to where obviously like I disagree with a lot of Jeff's current like philosophies on the show and how they're like approaching the game and all that sort of stuff. But when we're just looking at it from a Ketchy, was it Ketchy in this game? Wait, they were in this game? Were they in like the side missions? Whatever. Or are they in like DLC? Is that a thing? Anyway. But where was I? I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, they're DLCs. Okay, that's so stupid, but fine. They're definitely not granted anything in 5, and you can only get fusion experience boosts from them. Okay, the social links we're talking about. Yeah, so it's we'll see how I feel. I'm excited to give it a shot. Yeah, even weaker US seasons are still great as a TV product. I would agree. Yeah, like even though I really don't like Australian Outback as a Survivor season, I still think it's better than most other seasons of reality television. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about like how much care gets put into the product. Yeah, like I just think like again, just looking at how the show is edited, I think like the editing of Survivor is essentially like I think if like again we're like comparing it to like the world of film or whatever, like if we're comparing it to the world of film, like I think essentially Survivor is like an art house film, where like I think just like so much care is put into the edit and like how like storylines play out and like how much foreshadowing there is, to where like I just have like so much respect for that aspect of Survivor, which is part of again what makes me so connected to the edgic of the show, where like in comparison to something like Australian Survivor, like Australian Survivor just feels like an action movie. It feels like something that like there's no real depth there in the edit. It's like, yeah, you can tell who's gonna win because of like who has like a major focus and that sort of thing, but like it's not as interesting to me. Where like Survivor, there's a lot of nuances in how the show is portrayed and like how they want specific people to be looked at and like how much care they like actually care about like the result of the season. To where it's like, yeah, again, I just have like so much appreciation for like that aspect of the show. Like how melancholic it is. I mean, yeah, I hear that's like the Persona 3 is like a lot darker, right? Which, I mean, to be fair, Personas 1 and 2 are also very dark, right? So like 3 is essentially just like that evolution from that, but like just obviously like adding in a lot of these like aspects that are now common in the modern Persona games. Alright, can this credits end? Or should I just switch over anyway? I will be playing Last of Us, doing a no return run. I kind of feel like I should wait for the credits. SMT is generally dark, yeah. But yeah, like Persona 5 though is one that like doesn't feel as dark. Like there's definitely like still dark themes in the game for sure, but like as a whole, it definitely feels not as dark as what I would have expected from a Shin Megami Tensei game. They should bring the money steal? What are we talking about? Did a challenge? Oh, yeah, I'll be fine with that. Okay, what? Like, what? Why is this part of the game here? Like, really, I wouldn't be opposed to like more shows doing it. Obviously, like with Survivor and Big Brother, it doesn't really work. At least when it comes to like the grand prize. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to like more shows doing that sort of thing. Um, Hardcore SMT fans don't like how Persona has animated itself. Yeah, I know that that is the thing. Uh, oh, dude, that'd be so funny if Amazing Race did that. I mean, like, obviously that would be like, it would be unfair, right? Because like, obviously, like people that are in like people that are married don't have the worry of like your partner's gonna steal the money from you, as opposed to like, I don't know, if you're like friends or something, where there's like less of a. Either way, like obviously Amazing Race, I think it would be very unlikely that you actually steal the money, but it would be funny if someone actually did. Oh, thank God. Thank God we got to see what happened to Toshiro and Arena. Um, yeah, actually, yeah, if they redid like 29 format, they should do that. That would be. I mean, but that's not Amazing Race though. Like Amazing Race would hate that. Like the actual production team. But yeah, again, 29 is one of the best modern seasons. I mean, I think there's definitely a reason to try it out again.
Looks like I finally caught up.
I've been waiting.
I love how I'm talking over this scene. Well, you see Zach Wurtenberger return. I'm gonna be opposed to it. I'm not like dying for it for 50 in particular, but yeah, if there's like a random second chance season not too long after that, I'll be like, yeah, fine. Obviously by then it'll be like so far out, but Amazing Race for reality TV rivals would be fun, yeah. Yeah, I want reality showdown too, but I don't think that's the theme that Amazing Race seems to particularly like. Yeah, thank God, Aerie lives. My favorite character. All right, there we go.
I should write that down.
Save there. How long does this take me? Oh, it doesn't even fucking say. Thank you for that. I would assume like 28 hours. Oh, it literally says right there. Okay, yeah, 28 hours. CBS Force 31 to be reality TV show. I believe so. Yeah. I don't know if they like forced, but I think definitely they were like leaning in and say, hey, you know, do good ratings. Like I think it's like the winners at war situation. Where again, that wasn't Jeff's idea. Like, what's his name? Kelly something, right? Kelly Call, is that his name? Anyway, he was president of CBS. He went to Jeff and said, hey, you know what? 40 should be all winners. And he's like, oh, yeah, that is a good idea. I think that's probably more of what it was. I feel like 31 was a random number. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a point, though, where Amazing Race was pretty much dead. Like, Amazing Race was like... I think we're at the point now where, like, I think the show's relatively safe to be just, like, brought back as, like, the backup show. I think at that point, I think Amazing Race was actually in danger. Like, 30 was a season that they clearly did not give a shit about. To where, like, I think 31 was this, like, thing of, like, CBS being like, okay, we're gonna give you, like, another shot. But it has to be, like, this sort of thing. Thoughts on you? I talked about it a lot already, but exciting. Outside ads, like, I expect a lot of the same people I was already expecting. Also, still don't fully know. Do I think BB30 be All Stars? Probably not. I don't think they gave a shit on Big Brother. Alright, I think I'll switch over games. Again, stream cut out for like 30 seconds. I'll be back after that. We'll be doing Last of Us, so see you then.